Let's talk about this. I'm really excited, the fact that you've taken young people out of their environments and taken them into a talent day. What does that mean?
Well, the whole model of Afrika Tikkun is to develop kids from early infancy through successive life stages to the point where we actually enter them into the job market. The idea being that they both need hard and soft skills, right, to be functional individuals within the business and working environment. So today's a talent day where we bring kids from 4 different sites across Johannesburg, Orange Farm, Diepsloot, Alexander Township and Hillbrow, and they participate in a competitive sports day. They do dancing, they do sport activities, and it's really more about building a membership club between the various kids themselves. So we've got almost 3,000 kids who'll be coming today to Wanderers Stadium.
The impact of exposing children that necessarily would not have access to a day like today.
Yeah.
Being children, enjoying the day, but also there's a competitive edge to it. Just the impact of that.
Well, it's important, first of all, to realize that what we do is we want these kids to feel that they're part and parcel of a broader family. The whole sense of being together, striving towards common goals, common values, is a critically important element in almost building a society with a different set of norms and values. Secondly, very importantly, parents get involved. So a number of parents are bussed in to come and watch the competitiveness of the day. And there's kind of a general sense of coming together that gives us all a common sense of purpose.
Well, what are some of the backgrounds of these children that you're bringing to the Talent Day today?
Well, in excess of 85 of these kids typically come from homes where there's a single parent at best. And if one really gives thought to the situation within the townships of South Africa, you know, there's so many comments that say apartheid is gone, what are we still talking about, the legacy of apartheid? But the reality of it is, there are still many single mothers who are working in urban areas, leaving their children behind in township environments where the geographic distance is just such that they cannot be parented on a day-to-day basis. So what we try to do at Afrika Tikkun is to provide the kind of supports. Throughout the course of the day, kids come to our centres, depending upon the ages, early childhood development centres or our youth centres after school, and we also provide then support services into the shack communities for those kids who need that little bit of extra care, that extra bit of love.
Define that for me a little bit more when you talk about from infancy to youth, in terms of making sure that there's a pipeline in development.
Sure. Well, the model theoretically starts with kids who join us at the age of 3. They'll join our early childhood development program, and in that environment they learn not only the type of skills that they're required to go to school, but they also learn life skills, discipline, respect, love for one another. The very important fundamental principles that life begins with. As they now move on past the preschool stage and go to schools, which we're not necessarily involved in, but what we do is we provide an after-school support service. So we build youth centres, run in the township communities. Kids come back to us after school, they get a meal, they engage in library support, homework support, they get involved in computer skills training, sports, dance, recreational activities. At the age of 16, they'll in fact be tested vocationally to see which direction they should necessarily go in. And then we try to provide some supports for those who are studying to get a good matric. So we'll run Saturday school programs. It's essentially just to provide supports at fundamental stages during a child's development. And then we've got an entity within the organisation that looks at developing skills that are going to be required in the workplace. So it's called Ready to Work program. It's a 4-month program post-matric. And in that phase, typically what we hope are the youth are now learning the kind of competencies that are going to make them successful in the workplace. And then we've got an organizational element that supports the employment of individuals, be it through learnership programs or through full-time employment. So we call it a cradle to career model.
Very quickly, for anybody who's never been to a talent day, what can you expect? What do you visually see?
Unbelievable energy, incredible energy. Just picture this. You've got about 3,000 odd kids. They pack the Wanderers Stadium, and as they all come on, we have, like we do in the Olympics, a group of kids come marching onto the field, led by a field band. They're the drum majorettes. Typically there's a dance playoff between the various different sides. Every side, or every team that comes from every one of the community sites necessarily has their own coloured T-shirts, red for Alexander Township by way of example, orange for Orange Farm. And then during the course of the day, there are actual sporting activities ranging from egg and spoon races to soccer matches. So it's just a great, great day. It's full of fun. Prize giving is probably the highlight at the end of the day at about 3 o'clock. So if anybody's out there wants to come and join us and come and have some fun. You won't believe the enthusiasm that you're greeted with and the passion that these kids have got.
Marc Lubner, CEO of Afrika Tikkun. You can log on to the website, Google more details. He has invited, if you've got some free time today and you want to hang out and do something really amazing, go to the Afrika Tikkun Talent Day. We're taking an ad break, don't go anywhere.